Now, the investigation into the FISA abuse, there was false information provided to the FISA court, according to the IG. Bogus information about this from a rival presidential campaign in the Steele dossier. One of your own top attorneys fabricated evidence to suggest Carter Page was a secret Russian asset when in fact he had helped the U.S. build a case against Russian operatives. There are a lot of people who look at what has come out, and understanding the Durham report is yet to come, likely this summer. They wonder, will anybody be held accountable? Will anything come of this?
Well, first let me say this. I think that IG report describes conduct that I consider unacceptable and unrepresentative of who the FBI is as an institution and cannot be allowed to happen again. And I've made that very clear to our workforce. Now, I've put in place an entirely new leadership team. And even though I wasn't director at the time of all of this, my team and I are fiercely committed to making sure we fix the problems of the past. We've accepted every finding and recommendation in that IG report, but then gone above and beyond, put in place over 40 corrective measures that enhance our training, strengthen our processes, build in more oversight and accountability, and have referred employees, current employees, for discipline. Now, having said that, the most senior people involved in this activity, in this report, are long gone, either terminated, some during my tenure, or retired or resigned.
Has the FBI disclosed every piece of evidence related to the Durham inquiry?
We've cooperated fully with the Durham investigation. In fact, we even have, a lot of people don't know this, we actually have agents assigned to working on the Durham investigation, so we're very much lashed up with that.
Congress says they have a tough time getting documents and things from you. Senator Grassley in particular, about the Michael Flynn calls. Were you responsible for holding back from Congress some of that stuff?
I think we've tried very, very hard to be transparent and cooperative with all the relevant congressional committees. We've produced all sorts of information and tried to really lean forward.
Why did it take so long for the material to come out for Horowitz, publicly, like with the FISA, the Flynn 302s, the reports? It seemed like it took forever. Why was that? I mean, if it wasn't court orders and the IG's efforts, we wouldn't know anything about any of this.
For the IG's efforts, we've bent over backwards to be transparent and cooperative with the IG, and he actually, in his report, talks about how fully cooperative and transparent we were with him.
The Flynn defense attorneys, Michael Flynn, former NSA, National Security Advisor, said they were not provided the exculpatory evidence that eventually came out during the trial. They weren't provided it. Who held that back?
Decisions about producing documents in a criminal prosecution are typically handled by the prosecutors. I will say that, of course, the Flynn investigation, which took place before I started, and then by the time I started was in the hands of the special counsel's office, is something that has, in my view, raised serious concerns and questions, which is why I ordered an after-action review by our inspection division to take a look at whether or not the FBI's policies and procedures need to be changed, and if there are any current employees left who may bear any responsibility for misconduct.
This interview happened before the appeals court decision on the Flynn case, siding with the Justice Department. But the FBI says no matter how it's decided, the after-action review will continue. The president gave an interview in which he said just the other day, what does he think about this whole process as we wait for the Durham report? And he characterized it as treason.
It's treason. Look, when I came out a long time ago, I said they've been spying on my campaign. Turned out I was right.
What do you, looking at what you know, think this is?
On the Crossfire hurricane matter, that's the subject of the IG report, I think it describes conduct that is unacceptable. Period, full stop, and cannot be allowed to happen and will not be allowed to happen in
But whether it's
today's
criminal
FBI.
or not.
Criminal decisions, charging decisions, prosecution decisions are not made by the FBI director. Those are made by across the street at the Justice Department by the prosecutors.
But somebody here altered that FISA report, and that would be a criminal offense, right?
And that individual no longer works at the FBI, and I don't want to get out in front of the Durham investigation.
Are you worried what the impact is going to be when that all comes out, knowing what you know?
I think allegations of misconduct need to be taken seriously. I think there are serious questions that have been raised here, and they need to be given a serious look. And whatever the impact is, the impact is.